Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Tony the Bomber Bellew, my fellow Evertonian, really happy. Still over the moon about his win against David Haye, because none of you guys gave him a chance, and he went out there and did the unthinkable to beat David Haye. One-legged, two-legged, three-legged, four-legged. It doesn't matter how many legs David Haye had. He lost Tony Bellew. Now, with that being said, Sky Sports recently did an interview with Tony Bellew where they ran through about 5 opponents. They asked him 5 opponents' names, and he gave his responses, what he thinks of them, and the potential for fights to happen. So I'm going to go through all of them, and he also talked about where he'd like his next fight to be, and we'll get into that as well. So here's what Tony Bellew had to say. So the first heavyweight's name who he talks about is someone that I actually made a video about him fighting, because he called him out after the David Haye fight, and that's Deontay Wilder. Here's what he said about Deontay Wilder. He said, I quote, "He's extremely explosive and powerful, leaky defense, and exactly what it says on the tin, wild at times, but an exceptional fighter, very fast, and someone I rate highly. He's a heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm the best heavyweight outside the champion, so make of that what you will. I don't know what else I can say about it." I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, I might be in. I'm probably in the minority. I wouldn't mind a Bellew versus Wilder fight if Wilder does fight Joseph Parker next. I have to preface that by saying if Wilder doesn't fight Joseph Parker next. If that fight can't happen next for whatever reason, then I wouldn't mind this fight. So there's that. David Haye, the rematch. Here's what he said. I quote, "Still a brilliant fighter, still very fast, very powerful. Would I fight him again? Yeah, and I would beat him again as well. I could potentially get him out earlier because he would show me a lot more respect this time. I won't have to gain and earn his respect like I did in the first fight. It takes time to do that." End quote. So, would I want to see a rematch? I mean, would it be a fun fight to watch? Absolutely, but I want to see Bellew take on one of these big. I mean, I'm probably in the vast minority, like I said again, but I want to see Bellew take on one of these giants, man. We fight. We're in boxing to see how good we are, right? But Bellew obviously knows it's a big money fight. But the reason I like Bellew is because he's kind of like me in a sense. I'm crazy enough to dream that I can be the best boxing channel on YouTube. I think I've told people who know me this before. I think I can be better than Ellie Sekback. I think I am better than Ellie Sekback, to be honest with you. I think I'm better than Ellie Sekback. I think I'm better. I can be as good as a lot of the top YouTube channels, and I think I'm gonna get there one. I think I'll get there one day, because I believe the cream always rises to the top. That's my philosophy. I might only have 6,000 plus subscribers now and a couple million views, but we're gonna get to where we need to go, champ. Don't you worry about that. And I'm crazy enough to dream that. I'm crazy enough to believe that. You know, a lot of people don't believe in themselves like that. Bellew, like me, very crazy, believes in himself. I know. A lot of people, I think he's delusional, but people thought he was delusional before the Haye fight, and look what happened there. He was able to beat David Haye. Now, it's a different challenge fighting a guy like Deontay Wilder, but you have to be crazy enough to think these things to be able to give yourself a chance to win, and he does. That's why I want to see him take the fight. I think honestly against Wilder, I know there's a one-punch knockout power, but smart. He's a smarter fighter than people give him credit for. So I think it'd be an interesting fight. Then he talks about Tyson Fury. He says this about Tyson Fury. He said, I quote, "I rate Tyson Fury very highly, a very good fighter. Let's not forget what he did in Germany. He did the unthinkable, and no one gave him a hope, and he went there and did it against Klitschko, a man who fought the odds like me. We're both champions of the misfits. He doesn't aesthetically look beautiful, similar to me, but the man can fight. He can really, really fight. If everything goes well and he passes everything he needs to pass, then it's a fight that can potentially happen. Yes, it is." So, end quote. So, as far as the fight with him and Tyson Fury, on paper it's a good fight, but I think the timing of that is off if they're gonna make a big fight like that. Because domestically in the UK, that's a huge fight. Bellew's a draw, Fury's a draw. That does money in the UK, but it just. The timing is off because, you know, Fury is he hasn't made his comeback fight yet. We don't know what he's going to look like. So I'm not really into that fight right now. But, you know, who's to say maybe down the road. I don't know if he hasn't had that heavyweight fight yet. So I'm not really too big on the Fury fight. Then you have the Joseph Parker. Here's what he said about Joseph Parker. He said, I quote, "He's a shorter, solid fighter, a throwback to the old heavyweight days. He's not your modern day giant of a heavyweight. He's big and he's solid, but I think he is the lesser of the other champions. I think he's a brilliant fighter. He's very good at what he does, but he's not as good as Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder. End quote. Now, I actually I agree with that statement. I love Joseph Parker, huge fan of him. Done many videos on the channel about him. I was trying to interview him in Las Vegas. I didn't get a chance to meet up with him in Las Vegas. He was at one of the boxing gyms in Vegas. But Joseph Parker, man, he's still very raw. There's a lot of things about him are very raw. Explosive, good combinations, all that good stuff. You know, he's toughness. He said he showed some toughness in a couple of his fights, like the one against Carlos Takam. But he hasn't really shown us that master class, world class. He's not at that world class level yet. At least he's not established at it, because he struggled a lot in the Andy Ruiz fight. And Andy Ruiz, all credit to him, a good fighter, but not as smart in the ring as Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew is a more intelligent fighter than Andy Ruiz. And I think if he was going to take a fight at heavyweight, that's one where he could have some success is against Joseph Parker. So if I'm Bellew, I'm looking to take that fight for the right amount of money. But yeah, I think that the jury's still on Parker. A fan of him, good fighter, good talent, but the jury's still very much out on him. And then last but not least, he said Dillian Whyte was the last guy he talked about, and he was very adamant about what he said about Dillian Whyte. Here's what he said, I quote, "I'm not even going to give Dillian Whyte the time of day. What he said is I'm going to get absolutely smoked by David Haye. He was wrong, and why am I going to fight someone in a world title eliminator who got knocked out in a British title fight? Why would I fight him when I have got every world champion in the world calling my name? It makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not going to knock out the best heavyweight in the world outside the champions and then fight a guy who lost for the British title." End quote. Now, Tony Bellew, my man's laying down that ether, straight facts. Dillian Whyte's a good fighter. We're still looking for him to progress in his career as far as his skills go. And personally, I'd rather see the Brian Jennings fight. That makes more sense to me for Dillian Whyte due to their beef, and I feel that's a fight that's more on the level. Actually, not really. I think Brian Jennings is better than Dillian Whyte. But either way, that's a fight I want to see, and I think to fight a lot of boxing fans after this whole IFL thing happened and the whole, you can't mess me stuff with Brian Jennings. People want to see that fight. So that's more of a realistic fight, I should say, for Dillian Whyte. And yeah, he's right. I mean, that's not an attractive option for Tony Bellew. I mean, this guy just beat David Haye in a huge fight over there, and he's got all the eyes of the heavyweight division right now on him. He's not even heavyweight, but he's got all the eyes of the division squarely on him all of a sudden. Why would he fight a guy? I mean, granted it was against Joshua, but yeah, why would he fight a guy who lost in a British title fight? That's like if you were let's say if you were a welterweight trying to fight Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, and you got knocked out in a fight for the NABF title. Like, you can't challenge, you can't say that. You can't get a fight with the cash cow of the division. So, Bellew's a money guy. Bellew brings money to the table. The guy's a draw within the UK, so he is a money guy, and Dillian Whyte really don't have too much to say. So that's what he said about that. And then last but not least, he talked about his dream location as far as like where his next fight will be. So we do know that last May he had his dream fight at Goodison Park, home of the world famous EFC Everton Football Club. And he had a great fight, action packed fight with Mukabu, one of the top 10 cruiserweights in the world, and he got a stoppage, I believe, in the third or fourth round. So that was an exciting fight. And it was literally like the dream fight for him, the dream night for him. And I know after the Haye fight, he had expressed a little bit about maybe fighting at Goodison Park again. Now look, before I get into the venue thing, let me just say this. If Eddie Hearn or Tony Bellew stumble across this video, because you never know who watches these videos, if you stumble across this video and you guys fight at Goodison Park, I guarantee I will be there. I'm getting my passport soon. And I want to go because I just, like, December, yeah. I remember around December, I've been following soccer. In December, I became an Everton fan. And I love Everton. I think Everton's a great team, a great storied, franchise. And I love Everton. I love every player. I can name every player on the roster. I know some of the damn songs for the players. I love Everton. And I want to go to Goodison Park before they move out of there because it's a great stadium, a great history. And not just that, if I get to go there to cover boxing, it's just that much more convenient. So, Tony Bellew, Eddie Hearn, if you guys hear this, make it happen. But, Yeah, Goodison Park's a place that Tony Bellew might fight again, which, like I said, I want to happen more than anything. But then he also expressed a desire to maybe fight at, the Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium is pretty much the pinnacle for any. Forget boxing, soccer. Soccer is big over there, and that's where all the big games happen at Wembley Stadium. So he's expressed Wembley Stadium. Now he doesn't know if he can fill Wembley Stadium, but he does like the sound of that. But personally, Wembley Stadium is nice, but it ain't no good. It ain't no Goodison Park. I want to go to Goodison Park. So hopefully, if he does fight in the UK, I want it to be at Goodison Park so I can go, check his fight out there and check out, home of the Everton Football Club. But that's it, man. Tony Bellew gives his analysis on 5 fighters, 5 options for him, his dream venue. Now, my thoughts on that, of those 5, I'll say this. The fight that I personally want to see the most, and a lot of people said you're crazy for this, Brennan, but I actually want to see him fight Deontay Wilder, and the reason is because he's someone that, like I said, he showed in the Hay fight. Very, very tough, very smart fighter in the ring, and not just that, but he's someone that he's crazy. He's a crazy guy, and to be a cruiserweight and beat a top heavyweight, you gotta be a little crazy. And Tony Bellew is a lot of crazy, and that's what makes that fight interesting to me. Aside from that, I think the most realistic fight he can win that he wants to take. I mean, he's not gonna fight Dillian White. So, of those other 4, the Joseph Parker fight seems the most realistic as far as him winning the fight, because Joseph Parker is definitely by far has the not by far, but he has a lot of polishing up to do, and he's a lot less experienced than Wilder. Wilder still has that one-punch knockout power. Parker don't have that yet, so he doesn't really have it. So I think it's a fight he could win. And then as far as Tyson Fury, that's a very interesting fight, and that's his friend. I believe they're friends. So should it happen? Not really, but if it happens, it happens. But yeah, that's it, man. Tony Bellew analyzes 5 options for himself as well as his dream location. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think Tony Bellew, if he fights a heavyweight, if he has that one final fight at heavyweight before he retires, who should it be against? Should it be against Deontay Wilder, David Haye, a rematch of David Haye, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Dillian White, or what was the other one? Oh, Joseph Parker. Should it be one of those 5, or maybe somebody else? Let me know in the comments down below. And where do you think that heavyweight fight should be at? I obviously, for my own personal selfish reasons, I want it to be at Goodison Park, because I want to go to Liverpool and check out Goodison Park and cover some boxing there. But what do you guys think? Who do you think he should fight, and where should it be next at heavyweight? Very interesting time in the heavyweight division. But leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.